start off, I would love to introduce Richard Anderson. If you'd like to say a little bit about yourself, go right ahead.
Thank you. You want me up here?
Oh, yeah,
Okay. Thank you. There's really not much else to say. I'm Richard Anderson. I've served on the board for quite a while. I think Dr. Weber hit it on the head. Basically, right now I'm chairing the Illinois Community College Trustee Association 4-year degree committee for 4-year degrees at community colleges. What it is we would like to see some of the applied sciences, and especially the Bachelor of Science in Nursing, to be implemented, that community colleges can offer these degrees, and not as in competition with the rest of the 4-year schools, but there's a great need for some of these applied sciences and also for the BSN degree. Most of our graduating nurses now have to go on from our college to get a bachelor degree in nursing because of the, it's a long story, but there's an accreditation process at the hospitals, and there's just not enough room at the 4-year schools for our graduates. So we'd like to enhance their experience here at CLC and offer the BSN. So I'm not going to repeat everything Dr. Weber just said, so thank you.
Thank you for introducing yourself. Phyllis B. Runt, would you mind giving a brief tidbit about yourself, please? You have a 5 minute.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Phil Runt. I'm very proud to say that I'm a product of the community college system here in Illinois. After serving honorably with the United States Army for 4 years, I was honorably discharged, and I talked to my brother, who was at Eastern Illinois University, and I said, you know, I have an opportunity to go right into U of I as a freshman, and my brother recommended, and he said, why don't you go with Melvin Area College? Start off with the community college first. This way you'll have a chance to have a better student-to-staff ratio mix. You'll have a chance to get acclimated to the academics of college life. You'll be able to network better. He said, start off with the community college first before you go right into a 4-year institution. I took my brother's advice, and I never regretted it. I really excelled at the community college here at Belleville Area College. I was a photographer for the BAC campus. I was president of the Honor Society. I did really well. It gave me those foundational skills that were necessary. So when I transferred into U of I as a junior, I was successful. I had the confidence, I had the foundational skills of study habits and the academic skills to get successful, which I was at U of I. I graduated summa cum laude with a degree in finance. But I owe so much of that to my years with the community college and what it gave me. The reason I'm here is because I'm a fiscal conservative with a proven track record for leadership and serving as director on 4 different boards here in the area, the Chicagoland area, which I currently serve on. I'm a reformer, and I'm currently the CEO of my own corporation, which is called Student Advocacy Special. But really, why am I here? So I take such pride in everything that we do here at CLC and everything we do here at the county. I'm aboard, again, a number of boards. And so when I started to see these articles in the Daily Herald, there are 4 articles in particular in the Daily Herald in the past year or 2 talking about these expenses and the abuses that were happening here at CLC. It really shook me. And I said, what can I do to help? And people said, if you want to really help, you've got to run for the board. You've got to help be a reformer. You've got to be empowered and to help make change. And so I made a commitment, and it took a lot of time. It took more than 3 days of me walking through neighborhoods, collecting signatures so I could have enough names to be placed on the ballot. It took time to pull all the information together, bring it here, submit it in a timely manner. Going to downtown Waukegan to the clerk's office to file my economic interest statements. All these things took so much effort so that I can have this place with these people that I respect on this board to run for this position. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm running for this position for this reason because I want to bring honor to the College of Lake County. And I don't want us to be associated at all with COD. You see what's happening with them and what it's doing to the community, and I want to be very careful that we honor the College of Lake County by having board members that are doing the right thing, the honorable thing. And I want to be a role model for my CLC administrators, for my CLC staff, and most importantly, I want to be a role model for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, I'd like to welcome William W. Griffin to say a little bit about himself as well.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to say thank you on behalf of the Student Government Association for putting on this forum. Thank you very much. And I'd also like to note thank you for doing it on a Wednesday. Since I don't teach on Wednesday, I should be here. So thank you very much. Like the others, I long affiliation with College of County. I was a graduate here. I don't think Dr. Weber mentioned it, but I also taught here for 11 years as an adjunct in the business department before I won my first board seat. I go back a long way. This obviously was a pathway for me as well to accelerate into college. Later, four-year college, but CLC really started as a platform for me to live my college career. As a board member, I think it's important that you know it's a $100 million budget that we oversee right now. There are 7 of us that oversee that budget. Our tuition is $121 for a 3-credit hour class. That's still a little high. I would probably think the students would agree, but we're trying as best we can to keep that low. The average median value home in Lake County is about $267,000. Your tax bill is $270 for median value home per year. We've done a pretty good job over the years. Just take a look around, if you will, at the campus here, what we've been doing. So I'm all about affordable education at really the lowest possible tuition cost we can be. We have a AAA Moody's rating here at the College of Lake County, so I think we've been very frugal and pragmatic with our expenses here, and others do as well with investment. We're about to embark on a major expansion program, almost $50 million in the Lakeshore campus in West Region. About $26 million expansion here. We're going to be doing the science building, and $148 million master plan renovation and expansion here over the next several years. So we are engaged, and all of that comes, by the way, without raising any taxes. It comes out of our reserves, it comes out of selling bonds. It also comes from the state, it comes from the federal government as well. We received $42 million last year in federal government money out of Washington, D.C. So it is appropriate for my colleagues and us to travel to places where we need to talk to congressmen, where we need to talk to people in Springfield about the good things that we're doing here, because a lot of the money that we do get, not just here in Lake County, it comes from the state and it comes from the federal government. So we're very engaged with our legislators. And as I said, $42 million out of a $100 million budget, or $42 million of that was in grant money, Pell Grants, and other associated grant money as well. So I think we've got a pretty good perspective of the fiscal responsibilities that we do here. And I think we've been doing some really good things over the years, the colleagues and I, and I'd like to continue to do this. I hope that you'll support it.
And now Amanda Howland, would you like to say something about yourself?
Hi, I'm Amanda Howland. Forgive me if my voice starts cracking. I'm still fighting a cold and having a hard time. I joined this board because I was asked to run for the position back in 2009 because of my educational background, and I've enjoyed every minute that I've had working with the students and the faculty and administration. I come from a background in growing up in Michigan where I was the first in my family to go and complete a 4-year degree. So I understand what it's like for students. I had to put myself through school. My parents did not pay anything, so I also know what it's like to be out there scrounging for financial aid. I got my bachelor's degree putting myself through school on scholarships, grants, and work-study program. I got both of my master's degrees working my way through school, and the same thing for my law degree when I decided to go back to school full-time. So obviously education is important for me, and I do understand the struggles of students. I agree with everything Trustee Anderson said about the budget and all the things that are happening here with our growth. I think CLC it already is a very excellent institution, but we're going to be pushing to become a leader in the state of Illinois We think we're going to do great things here with the new construction and the new opportunities that we have for all of you. And we have been very fiscally conservative, trying to keep costs down so that we can provide you with the best education that you can get for the smallest amount of dollars. I'd like to continue serving on the board for that reason. The students and the success of the school come first to me, and education is something that no one can ever take away from you, and I understand how important it is and want to see all of our students succeed.
Thank you. And next I'd like to introduce Timothy Powell to say a little bit about himself as well.
Well, thank you, College of Lake County, and also thank you to the Student Government Association for hosting this function today. I think it's quite important for all people to get involved with government. I think it's truly important for all citizens to get out there and vote. So whichever decision you make for the candidates here today or in other future elections, please remember your vote does count. And contrary to what people think, like I have other pertinent business, please remember, you have that right to establish who's going to be your candidate, who's going to be your elected representative for a period of time. So that's a quite important decision for everyone to keep in the back of their mind. Not to be redundant on what has been said about me, I want to pride myself on being a lifelong resident here of Central Lake County, growing from a farm that we had been established in 1901. We always had a very hard work ethic. And not being involved with the farm myself, my future or my past relatives were involved. We were a big grain farm. And we knew what the work was. We knew what it was to save money, to make money last, to stretch a dollar, and to be frugal. And I have to emphasize that word, being frugal and stretching your money, saving your money. And I want to bring that influence back to the board here if I'm successful in being elected. But taking that training, again, being educated from Grace Lake Public Schools, going on to a small little college, junior college in Western Illinois, I, like Phil and others here, I recognize the fact of a junior college is so important to the students here. Not only in Lake County, DuPage County, but all throughout this country. This is your starting point. This is where you come here if you're not sure of where you want to go, what you want to do, and I was in that position. I was faced with the Vietnam War that was raging at the time. I saw a lot of people shell-shocked knowing that that was their pathway after watching the evening news. And the big thing that was emphasized to us was you had to go to school. You had to be registered. You had to be there or you were gone. And at that particular point in history, President Johnson ramped up the enrollment or as far as drafting people into the service, it went up to 500,000 men. And I saw people just going out the door in droves. But anyway, the junior college here in Lake County is very important. It is a very proud organization and I want to keep it that way. Again, my career in law enforcement was something that I didn't want to be a lawyer. I wanted to be a lawyer, but I got sidetracked into going to become a policeman. And that only function was so I could get some money, pay off some college debt, and have a different perspective of the law. And I saw that for 28 years. Rising from the ranks, not only from sergeant, I went on to be a division cadet. I went on to be a supervisor, a squad leader. I was a detective squad leader. I saw all aspects of law enforcement. But being involved with the community was something that was always instilled upon me by my parents. Get involved, not only within high school, joining clubs or organizations, or socially acclimate yourself to others and what their needs are, what the benefits and pros and cons are of giving. Not only being a taker, but being a giver. Giving up of your time, your effort, to make sure that things are done better, things are done right. And your voice and your sentiments are echoed to me, and I absorb what you're telling me. And for this being a board member, I want to take those points and make sure that this board is the best board that there is. Thank you.
Thank you.